In this video, we will demonstrate using the expansion arm loop function of the Plastics Pipe Institute's Building and Construction Division Plastic Pipe Design Calculator. You can access this calculator at plasticpipecalculator.com. I've already accepted the end user licensing agreement, and I've selected the expansion arm loop function with the blue button in the left margin. My units of measure are available right below that. The default is inch-pound or US customer units. If I wanted to change that to metric SI units, I could, but I'm going to stick with inch-pound units for this example. This function provides us with an illustration at the top. The default illustration is for an expansion arm. If you would prefer to design an expansion loop, simply click the loop button and you'll get a different illustration with different dimensional lines showing to help you design an expansion loop. In this example, we will first design an expansion arm. There is not that much information needed for this example. The first one, of course, though, is our piping material. So for this example, we are going to design this expansion arm for a piping system using cross-linked polyethylene or PEX. So I select PEX from that menu. Most of the PEX in North America is PEX tubing that is produced to copper tube size dimensions in accordance with ASTM F876 and CSA B137.5. So I will select that sizing type. By default, all of the PEX tubing is automatically SDR9, so that is already completed. And in this example, it's going to be a 2-inch PEX tube used for domestic hot water. The image right below that shows an image of 3 coils of PEX to confirm that I've selected the right material. And if I wanted to read more information about PEX to make sure this is the right material, I can click that link down below and it'll take me to the BCD webpage all about PEX. Scrolling down, there are only 2 pieces of information that we need to enter for this calculation. We need to enter the length of the pipe. This is the longest straightaway, and in this example, it's going to be 120 feet long. This is a commercial example with PEX tubing hanging from the ceiling of a building. And in this example, we're going to be installing the tubing at 70°F ambient indoor temperature, but then we'll be circulating hot water through the tubing at 130°F. So that's a 60°F temperature change. So that's what I enter in the second cell. I simply click the blue calculate button and get my result. And the result refers to some lengths as shown in the drawing up above. So the length LB is 51.2 inches. Back in the drawing up above, LB then is the length between an anchor point and where that actual elbow is. So LB is the minimum length where the pipe needs to be free to move to absorb that expansion of the pipe. And as you can see in the illustration, the delta L length is the actual movement that pipe length will grow. That delta L length from the table down below was calculated at 7.9 inches. So to accommodate that 7.9 inches of thermal expansion, we need to make sure that the anchor is at least 51.2 inches away from that elbow in the end of the pipe. Fairly simple, straightforward. If you'd like to know more about the calculation details, you can click that box in the lower left and it shows you the equations that are used for this calculation. These equations actually come from the ASHRAE handbook known as HVAC Systems and Equipment, and chapter 46 of that ASHRAE handbook is on pipes and tubing. And that's where that equation originally comes from. To share these results, I can print the results by clicking print, and I could print to paper, I could print to a PDF file and share the file with somebody that way. It'll look like what you see in the screen here, but I'm not going to do that now. Let's say I want to email the results directly to somebody. It could be directly to myself or to a customer. I simply enter in their email address and hit send, and the email has been sent. When you're done using this function of the calculator, please take our quick 2-minute survey to tell us about how it worked for you. Thanks for watching this video.